Madam, I love your cheese soufflé. I think your cheese soufflé is fabulous. But when you look at...
Ronnie Corbett is one of Britain's best-loved comedians. Sketches with the late Ronnie Barker entertained millions, and they'd often reflect Corbett's love of good food.
Oh, look! The menu's shaped like a rook.
It's the name of the restaurant, isn't it? Complete Rook.
No, tell me, what is the soup of the day?
Rook soup.
I expect it. I expect it's nicer than it sounds.
Bleeding, isn't?
Yes, well, we'll start with.
Not too wild.
No, no, it's...
Hurry up, get on with it.
Thank you very much.
Scotland, home of mature delicacies like haggis, stoved tatties, and Ronnie Corbett OBE. Today, in the small town of Musselburgh, just east of Edinburgh, Ronnie is hunting for the finest possible ingredients to make lunch for his wife.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Very good. I've mainly come for the bit of salmon, really.
Yeah.
Born in Edinburgh in 1930, Ronnie's early diet often featured fresh fish native to Scotland.
Look over here. I mean, how many fish shops would have this amount of stuff? The halibut looks lovely too, doesn't it? How many people would use the shellfish, the razor thing?
You'd be surprised.
Really?
I mean, just a prawn and scallop.
Yeah, right.
But
You don't see
I must
them,
admit, they're not my favourite, but...
No, a bit chewy, are they?
I find them to be a bit chewy.
Well, I've never seen the interior. I've seen a lot of the shells on the beach.
That's the ones that fire the water up the sand, so they call them spoots.
Ah, yes,
Razorfish.
Ronnie knows exactly what he wants, but has an unusual way of asking for it.
He wants 10 inches. People generally say, give me 6 slices, so many kilos, but never really in inches. That's right at the middle, and that's what he wants. How's that?
Very lovely, excellent. Beautiful, that's lovely.
10 inches exactly.
Lovely.
All right, I'll just wrap this up for you.
It's a funny way to measure salmon, I know, not by length rather than... But I know how many I get out of the...
Living in a quiet rural area outside Edinburgh, Ronnie is an obsessive cook.
I can make mayonnaise now, you know, without looking at the recipe, but it is a strictly followed... It is 9 or 10 ounces of oil, and it's a teaspoon of mustard heaped, and it's a level teaspoon of salt, you know. Everything is measurements. Everything is precise. Nothing is slapdash.
Ronnie's recipe for pan-fried salmon with homemade mayonnaise is a personal speciality. He flavours the sauce with chopped mint, tarragon, basil, parsley, and watercress.
And also into this, I'm going to chop about 3 anchovies. Lovely. And it's nice when it's a cold, chilled, ointmenty feel because the salmon is so crisp and hot. The secret is that when you oil the fish, the olive oil, is to really not panic. Let it be on there for a long time. Drizzle a little bit of oil. Olive oil, then a sprinkling of the salt.
When Ronnie cooks, there are no short measures. He likes a tidy kitchen, rolled up sleeves, and a crisp, clean apron.
Now you can see it cooking up into the fish, particularly in this second one you can. Now, this one I would say is ready to turn. This one also, I would think, yes. And I actually like to eat it myself, and I think Anne does the same. Not quite done in the middle, you know, just nearly still fish. Unbelievably beautiful. Beautiful. Really love it. You just going to try that?
Yes.
No. It's really like...
Where are the chips?
That's my fault. Beautiful.
Ronnie's wife of 41 years is Anne.
Good example. Beautiful. It's lovely with the herbs. Nearly underdone.
Nearly underdone. Well, you got the most underdone bit of them all.
Oh.
It's lovely.
Beautiful night.
It's nearly that chap. And
Ronnie's love affair with perfection hasn't gone unnoticed by his wife.
40
Still
years
cook.
I was the cook because he was working so hard.
Yes, you
But
cooked the
he's
oxtail
always
last
been
night.
extremely fussy. Bit of a nightmare to cook for, actually. Because I
That's
came
a
from.
very
I came
difficult
from.
describe
I
it
did. I
without
came.
using that word.
Well, it's true. Fussy is the only word that suits you.
What was he fussy about?
Everything.
What example?
Oh, boiling an egg, darling. Boiling an egg. How long are you going to boil that for? When are you going to put it in? You're going to put it in when the water's boiling or when the water's not boiling?
A recent downturn in Anne's health has meant that Ronnie has to do more cooking in the home.
I had this big
Some
heart
of the programmes
operation,
come to
and I
life.
was really badly ill
Yes, you were
with a
quite ill
stroke.
for a while, weren't
Yeah,
you?
for a year. That's 6 years ago now, and he cooked my supper every single night, and I really sat down to. Now I go, what are we having for dinner, darling?
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
It's 6 a.m. at a bakery in East Lothian. Baking is an obsessive and unsocial pattern of work that Ronnie grew up with. Ronnie's father was a baker. As a special treat on Sundays, he'd join his dad and witness the meticulous work of a professional baker.
Morning. How are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
And very kind of you to let us have a wee look round. He would take me and he had the keys. And when he went off and did his jobs with the various doughs he was setting up, I was allowed to roam wild. And there you were in this Aladdin's cave. That feeling of these wonderful rolling ovens and piles of trays with cakes and donuts and breads and rolls and pies and tarts and short pastry, puff pastry, rough puff pastry, marzipan, decorated cakes. It was wonderful.
After serving in the First World War, Ronnie's dad became an apprentice at McVitie and Guest Bakers in Edinburgh. Ronnie's father was a baker for 28 years, so committed to his craft that even on his holidays, he'd drop by the local bakery.
He wouldn't get the roll to the shop, he'd go to the bakehouse and he'd look in and see, how long do you leave this flour, how long do you do that dough, and does that sponge, and oh, you cover the tarts like that, oh, I thought you might do it, no. And so he couldn't keep himself out of a bakehouse, really. I'm always amazed, even from my dad's day, how beautifully you can cut a fragile pastry like that without squeezing the custard out.
Good sharp knife.
I know, but still, I mean, it's an amazing job. It's so neat just to cover these shortbread biscuits with that fondant icing that doesn't trail over the edge and yet is right up to the edge.
Yeah. Just got to get it to the right temperature.
Oh, yes. God. Very, very good. Shine lovely. Very, very nice. Very well done.
I'm on the way to make macaroons now.
See my dad do that.
That's the way we do it. Yep.
My hand falls into doing it, you know, the way my dad used to just flick it like he did.
Oh,
there.
yes.
I know. How long will it take him there?
50 minutes.
50?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In the craft of baking, a secret ingredient, vitamin C, helps the bread rise.
That's what?
That's ascorbic acid.
Oh my God, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very... I'll take a wee bit of that in a bag and I'll put it up. So if I was doing a kilo of flour, what would I want of this?
Half an ounce.
Half an ounce,
Yeah.
I know. Very good.
Where'd all the good people go? I've been changing channels, I don't see them on the TV show.
Once a week, without fail, Ronnie bakes his own bread and keeps the skill and passion of his father alive. Every ingredient is exactly weighed or measured.
Going in there now is the yeast, the salt, the brown sugar, and my newfound ascorbic acid from the baker.
Ronnie has baked 2 loaves a week for nearly 15 years. That's 1,500 loaves, all cooked to precision.
Proper cooks are... You never see people slinging in a tablespoon or maybe a pinch of that. It's all very, very, you know... I mean, the baker said, I want to give me that ascorbic acid today for make the bread rise quicker. And I said, 2 loaves, you know, pound loaves, a kilogram of flour, how much? He didn't say a pinch or anything, he said, half an ounce. So I came home, weighed half an ounce, that's what I put in there.